When we say yes to an activity or a decision today, we are also saying yes to the consequences of that choice. As you're listening to me, I know that sounds pretty obvious, but with many people, and this is the crux of the problem, with many people, there is very little conscious thought given to the consequences of their actions, only to the instant and typically temporary gratification that comes from doing whatever it is they choose to do in the moment. This is especially true if the pleasure benefit is immediate and the pain consequence is deferred to some future date that feels really far off. The same is true when we say no to a particular opportunity, event, habit, or other use of our time. There are, of course, consequences when we don't do productive or healthy things. These crimes of omission are sometimes more subtle, but sooner or later, the consequences eventually surface. It's really easy to neglect our health. It's really easy to neglect our spouses. It's really easy to neglect our money. And it's definitely easy to neglect our time. When we choose how we're going to use our time, we're either choosing to invest it or spend it, one or the other. When we make a decision with a short time horizon in mind, like the next 15 minutes, the next month, or even the next year, we are usually spending our future. This means we're voluntarily choosing to do something pleasurable today, even though it will detract from our happiness and sense of freedom a decade from now. On the other hand, when we make a decision that takes into consideration the next year, the next 10 years, or even the next few decades, we are investing in our future. This means today's decisions are intentionally made because of the longer term and more sustainable, even eternal benefits they will create for us. So what I'm trying to say in a bit of a clunky way is this: be intentional. We're all headed somewhere. What we say yes and no to today matters a lot more than we may think. Daily yes-no decisions quietly but surely add up, and each day is full of opportunities to say yes to the wrong things and no to the right things. Know where you're headed. Line up today's choices and tomorrow's choices with that particular health, marriage, or financial destination in mind. A year from now, a decade from now, you'll be very glad you did. This is Tommy Newberry, because mindset makes all the difference.